with a strong commitment to developing a robust and systematic approach for lockout tagout. Mr. Bipin Sharan, Head of Safety at Tata Motors Jamshedpur, is striving hard to protect workers from the release of hazardous energies. Recognizing his contributions to keeping workers and workplaces healthy and safe, E Square declares him as a Lotto hero. Mr. Bipin Sharan.
Lotto was a fantastic thing. So isolation, and we learned what is isolation and what is positive isolation. So that is a basic difference which Lotto had provided. And your E Square came very, very handy to us, and we have very good association. We used to know only, the electrical energy is only energy. So that was the thought process. So there are other energies like, potential energy, there's pneumatic energy, there's hydraulic, there's so many things actually. So all energy has to be really understood in energy flow diagram, because safety basically you are trying to ensure that nobody gets harmed. That's a big thought actually. That's a big thought. Safety is not just managing incidents; it is actually managing people. Actually, safety when you try to save somebody's life, nothing great about it. I mean, there's nothing great other than this. Actually, you save somebody's life by following practices, following proper processes. Actually, everything is in the mindset. So every change what you bring in, you have to have a change in mindset of people, and that is only leadership challenge. Actually, I can tell you, whatever. Learned that safety, I always have a very simple way to say safety. Safety is like running on a treadmill. Either it has to be hygiene kind of thing. Every day you the way you institutionalize, it has to happen that way. So either you run, stop running, or treadmill stops. The consequence actually. It has to be done every day. That's a very fundamental. Safety is a leadership subject. How you actually be a role model. How you been perceived by others. The continuum actually, it is running from continuum from compliance to the commitment. We have all standards which is mapped. We have all a tool called safety observation, which we have learned from DuPont. It is not audit. It's actually taking people along, and it is actually behavior modification tool, where every leadership team goes to the shop at least once a week and have a kind of conversation with the person, and also basically try to sensitize them or what is the right way to do. Right way to do is the only way to do something very, very safely. That's a cultural change required. If somebody is not perceiving safety, perceived risk, sharing a risk is actually very, very important. Ice-breaking tool, I can tell you. I perceive risk, you don't perceive risk. So this is also subjectivity. So we have actually developed our analytical tools also on how the safety observations is actually helping incidents. How many incidents that have been prevented by behavior modification. So that is also a success story. So we have during safety observation, we also have a Lotto thing, the procedural focus theme actually. So how many Lotto violations are happening? Is it ignorance or is it knowing and doing gap? So many times knowing and doing gap is also there. That's very, very important challenge actually. I know but I don't do. So there is no commitment to believe what you said, and you said what is this. So basically it's a very, very hand-holding safety hand-holding tool, and basically you have to make people believe. It is also a culture which is very, very important. Investment has to be done. Asset integrity is important, but the basic software part, is the people. People is in the nucleus, and we have to really work on people actually. So I am a great believer of people, change management. So it is all, even you don't have a good, very, very good infrastructure, but still people have a mindset change. Probably we can have a zero harm culture actually. In change management process, it is very important to take people along, take their perspective, and the customized solution has to come. I can give you so many examples which I have been trying to do, but basically the success lies in how they get aligned to you. So injury reporting get sensitized, and you start going to the root cause actually. The root cause once you go, and basically you will have to have a program called occurrence prevention and recurrence prevention. So recurrence and occurrence prevention. So recurrence prevention is actually not having a repeat failure mode. So that we do through incident investigation. Once the incident has happened, it is a reality actually. Incidents has happened. So whatever, how deep you have gone to understand the causative factors and what are the system factors. Basically, you should talk about system factors. But why system could not stop it actually? So there will be human factor, there will be physical factors, but that is driven through system. System is one processes, robustness is very, very important. So system should be able to, ensure that nobody gets harmed. So that is, our final journey. We always try to understand through systems actually, processes. So that is one. And then why I was talking about this occurrence prevention. So occurrence prevention happens, to understand the unsafe situations, and then through safety observation exercises, we are trying to prevent occurrences. So, but it is not addressed today, tomorrow is going to create some issues. So I can tell in Tata Motors, you have helped us a lot. So I can tell my experience that E Square has been very, very helpful to us. And we learned a lot really from you. We had a standard, but looking at those customized, solutions, very, very important. Each situation is different. Having a customized solution, the E Square has worked together with us, and I'm very, obliged to say that we got good help from you people. Rules are always, to make people intimidate, but don't. Long-term results only come, sustained results only come. You want to touch the people, actually. Touch the people. I always call it 3H alignment. So what is 3H alignment is actually head, heart, and hand. All three have to talk same language actually.